Hello TikTokers from sunny Bulgaria, CremeStone farm. I don't do many videos because we're just too busy. I can't be living life with my phone in my hand making videos. There's just literally too much going on. So I try and do one whenever I can. Back in 2019, we bought this farmhouse in Bulgaria for £6,000, 12,000 lev. At the time, that was 6,000 British pound. For that £6,000, we got the house. We got 8,500 square metres of land and also another house. The other house is quite derelict and we haven't done anything with it, and probably won't, to be honest, because we've got enough on our plate here. So we spent the last 4 years, or we spent the first 4 years flying backwards and forwards, renovating. We got our residence about 2 months before Brexit happened, which has made life an awful lot easier. And on the 1st of April 2023, we arrived here permanently with 2 horses and 2 dogs. We've since bought another horse. Horses were a big part for us of coming out here and our life out here, which is why the land was quite important. I don't want to tether the horses. It's quite common out here, but it's not something we were ever going to do. I think the last video I put on there that I was building a hay store. That's now finished. I'll flip the camera around for you. That's the new hay store, 8 metres long, 3.5 metres wide. That's 2.7 metres high at the front. That rained very heavy last night and that was bone dry in there, so really quite happy. We've got Dolly and Doris in here, our pigs. And they can go in through that doorway there. This back section's the last little bit to do. We've got a muck heap over there. It will slowly come round. I shall get all these walls rendered and have them all painted white as well. On top of the 8,500 square metres of land, through that gap there, we've bought another 4,000 square metres. So we've now got 12,500 square metres. Obviously the majority of it is for the horses. Pile of hardcore there, look, we've got to get rid of. We did have some issues with the chickens. They were all free range, which I absolutely loved. But like as on a previous video, they were going up through that tree line, and behind that is the neighbour's vegetable patch. So I've had to pen them in because I think that was the right thing to do. But they've got plenty of room. And they can go through that door into their other section there as well. We hatch most of our own. The ducks are still free range because they don't really wander far. They don't go into the neighbours and ransack his vegetables. So we keep them nice and free range. We've had a couple of IBCs installed. We can now hold 2,000 litres of rainwater. Had the gutters rerouted as well. This back section was all mud. That fence line down there, that was just trees. So I had all them taken out and fence and double gates put in. I'll take you in now actually. So we've got 2 rescued street dogs. That's Barney down there. And this one's Clyde. And that's their office. That's the original pig pen, I believe. This lean-to part here on the back was kind of falling down. So we fixed that up, re-roofed it, had all the walls rendered and painted. Hello boys, hello boys. This is our old traditional decorative cart. A lot of people have said paint it all up, but I quite like it. Like an old cart graveyard really. We've got 4 stables here, 3 horses, but we've got a spare stable. We've got fly nets on all the stables. There's Summer having a munch. Summer's a Shagget Arab cross. We've got Caramel. This is Claire's Haflinger. We bought her from the UK in the lorry. And we've got Duke, my Shire. We also bought him from the UK in the lorry. Just short of 18 hands now. I did have to build this stable. The existing barn has got a lot of sections in it, but none of them are high enough. So I had to build him a stable specifically. So this is where pretty much all the animals are. Horses, chickens, ducks, pigs. Probably soon we'll have some sheep. And it's nice because we can keep all the animals and that out the back. Still allows us to have a nice garden. I'll take you down there in a moment. If you've seen previous videos, you'll know that we're trying to be as biodiverse as possible. So, you know, we try to grow the fields, get them cut. We've got the hay, the horses eat the hay. And then the muck heap from the horses feeds the vegetable patch and so on. So, tomatoes looking quite good. Beetroot, I've already pulled 1 load. We've got onions, corn. Over there we've got potatoes. We've got some cauliflower there, some swede there. A lot of this is also for the pigs. A couple of Swiss chard there. Here we've got cucumbers. There. Sweet peas there. I've got some strawberries. I've still got loads of seeds in here. I've got some salad leaves, some radish and stuff like that, kind of where the stakes are. Over there we've got carrots, peppers, spinach as well, all just starting to come up. And because also we run a guest room, I want to try and get as much homegrown stuff on the plate for guests as possible. For the guests that kind of are choosing to have meals here, we do make it an option. So this is going around the other side. That's a bag of manure there. The bag ripped. That will be used in the polytunnel. And this is where we kind of start seeds. Got some more tomatoes, a few more carrots, got some marigolds. We've just pulled out about 20 garlic from here. Those few are later planted. More marigolds, got some more beetroot, got some dill, got some morning glory flowers. These are all from seed, everything here is from seed. More marigolds. So this is where we kind of start most things off. Some things go straight in the ground. Now the other house that we bought, well, the other house that came with the one we bought, that is the roof of the barn, and just behind that is the house. It's a huge, great house. It's got 12 rooms in it. Like I say, it's kind of falling down. Could be renovated, but we've just got enough going on here without doing another renovation. And as you can hear, there's no surrounding noise. There's no traffic, no cars, no nothing. We're right on the edge of the village. If you look beyond that tree line, you'll see a hill. The land goes on for miles and miles over there. So we're right on the edge of the village, and it's about as perfect as we could possibly get. We both worked in the UK, always had pretty good jobs, but even with pretty good jobs, there wasn't that many luxuries. And we just thought, you know, for all the working and stuff like that, I wasn't expecting to be able to drive around in a £50,000 motor, go on exotic holidays 3 or 4 times a year, and have £1 million mansion. But you would expect to pay your overheads, have a holiday, have a reasonable car when 2 of you are working full time. And it just became increasingly more difficult. It's even worse now, 2 or 3 years on. It's even harder. So I can't ever imagine going back and swapping this life for a life back in the UK. I'll just flip you around. We're just going to come into the garden now. Okay, so there's the veg. Here's the garden. The house is totally renovated now. I say totally renovated. I've still got some windows to do, but inside everything's done. You see we've got new doors and stuff like that. So this is our little tunnel of grapevines, and you can see we've got no shortage this year of grapes. Here's our little herb garden. We've got lemon mint, chive, normal mint, rosemary, sage. That's a weeping willow I took a cutting from. That rooted in a couple of weeks in water. It's now been sitting in the pot for a few months, actually doing okay. And we've got another cart up here. Need to get some more flowers for it. Another decorative cart. And again, I don't want it painted up. I quite like it being left as it is. And we've got barns going all the way along. So we've been very, very busy, but the place is pretty much done. There will never be nothing to do because there's quite a bit here to maintain. But at least there's not really too much building work to do, or any building work to do now. I think the hay store is pretty much the last bit. That's where we used to chill out. I've recently rebuilt this bit that sticks out, which is a great log store, because we've got double doors there, so we can just flip them open, have a delivery and stack them here. The quad bike is a fantastic tool for moving stuff about, because we've got quite a bit of ground here. Barbecue again tonight. Pool's up and running. barn, a drinks fridge. I rebuilt this last year. This whole barn, in total it's 14 metres. We had a barn here, had an old mud floor. Wasn't really usable, the roof was too low, so we took it down and just basically rebuilt exactly what was here. And that end section there is my workshop. That's 5.5 metres. So with all this going on, all this work, it's why I don't do many videos. There's plenty to video, but there's not plenty of time to video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. You've had a look round, seen what we've been doing, seen what you can buy, although prices have gone up in Bulgaria. But that's what we bought back in 2019. Obviously we've done a hell of a lot of work. It was in quite poor shape, like most houses over here that haven't been touched. So it's always a big project, but it can be a lot of fun and very rewarding at the end.